Good evening traders, it's Simon at Kairos Capital Markets with the weekly review of Aussie dollar and pound yen. This week on Aussie dollar it hasn't really done too much, but it did move a little bit higher to the upside here. On the monthly chart, to give you an idea, it did put an inside bar in, which is quite nice to see, the little red bar there, testing the monthly 50 and the 80 level, which is quite nice. But I still think we need to see some bearish price action. To give you an example how good this is really, we've got a test here, a test there and a test there. So the previous 3 tests have actually been successful. So this one here, I'd not be surprised for it to be successful. But I do feel we need to see some, we do need to see some bearish price action. Now to see the bearish price action, I'm pretty sure we're going to see that now on the daily chart. And for that to happen, I do feel a test of 80 to create the double top pattern is now necessary to actually go forward, because we outlined last week on the 4-hour chart the triangle. I'll show this triangle here quickly. As you can see, the triangle got completely disrespected there completely. So the 795 level never got respected. The triangle didn't get respected, it broke out, come back up, tested, come down, tested the 4-hour 50, broke back up again. It's very bit choppy now, it's not very nice now. So I'm going to take this triangle out for the moment because it's not worth having it there, and I'll be looking for a test around the 80 level to see the 0.80 level, sorry, to see what happens next, and we'll go on from there. So until such point, this is just mess at the moment. I'm not very happy with it. Doesn't really interest me much any longer, and like I said, 80 I still think is the next test, so we'll leave it there and go on from there. Pound yen. So last week pound yen did what I expected it to do, almost to the ironically to the point, but a little bit in a messy way. So 142.5 was my limit on the trade, which it got there quite nicely, and notice how it decelerated around the daily 50 and the daily 200 EMA there, so that's quite nice to take. It also did test the 140 level area, but that was only a kind of pot luck, I would say, on that one. It wasn't a proper test, it was just a random wick that got there. But if you did enter at 140.5, you would have a nice safe stop there. So let's show you that one now as well. So last week we had the head and shoulder pattern, the inverse head and shoulder pattern here. We did say 140 would be nice for a test, and that's that super duper long wick on the 4-hour chart. We pop down to the 1-hour, you still see it on the 1-hour chart here. So, you know, we was kind of right there, but that's not really what I'd call a proper test as such. This is a proper test here of 140.5. I did outline that as well. It was a good little trade there. And like I said, 142.5 was the target. And as you can see, it rallied quite nicely to 142.5 after this little hiccup here on the low test there. So that's what happened last week. But what's going to happen this week now? And I think it's in the middle of nowhere again. If you look at the weekly chart, you got this double bottom type range play here between 140 and 147.5, which is quite nice to see. A nice bullish engulfing candle to the upside. But then when you come to the daily chart, you're at the daily 50. Has kind of been respected. It could be respected again. Not the greatest to enter. So for me personally, I'm not really too interested in this at the moment. And I just want to see what really happens. Personally myself, my main key area is the 144 and 144.5, this in between these two black lines here, because that is where the triangle is as well. So come up and test this area here. I'll take a little mini short, I would definitely, but at the moment I'm a bit dubious to take this trade any direction for a longer period of time right now, and especially with the North Korea and US fallout at the moment which is happening. So I'm just a bit, you know, cautious this week on these two pairs. Now a little add on to the DXY. Now this is the daily chart. Could this happen? It could well do. Obviously it hasn't clearly done nothing yet, so we're just waiting. Why do I think that? Well, the DXY did put an inside bar in, but it has actually closed below 93 for the first time and never closed above it. So I do see it being bearish, but at the same time, this is a very, very overextended run here. So this could just be a fake out to the downside, and it could just push back in again. It's still wait and see, and I personally myself, it's going to take a few more weeks. This will, in all fairness, with the battle between the bulls and the bears on the with the US dollar. On the US dollar index, which isn't weighted to the US so much, we've kind of got a very similar picture here. We've decelerated around the 11,900 area. 11,900 is a level there. Just pop that in there. Sort that there for you. And now you can see there's a range there between 11.8 and 11.9. There's a little buffer range there. So this could well go up still, this dollar. So I am in the mix of kind of just wait and see what happens. I want to see, if you notice here, this daily 50 EMA with a 1, 2, 3 touches and not been near it since. So for me to turn bullish on the dollar longer term, the price got to come up here, and it has to come down and test this area here where the daily 50 would have come around. So I want to break and retest of the daily 50 EMA. That's what I'm looking for with the US dollar now, because up until that point there's no bearish, there is no bullish sentiment as such, or confirmed bullish sentiment. We do have a double bottom here, but nothing more than that. So I'm just having a wait and see at the moment. So guys, this week it's a very relaxed week for me on these two pairs. I will speak to you soon. Take care.